Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the webinar. I'm really excited to have you again for the last webinar in our series for our 2025 feature announcements. So as you come into the webinar, please use the chat, say hi, let us know that you're there. We're really excited to chat with you today. So I have several people in the chat that are looking for your questions. So as I go through today, please ask your questions. Just like all of the previous webinars, this will be a quick one. Again, we're here to kind of give you a preview of some of the things that are coming and kind of, announce these features, but this is by no means going to be an in-depth view of all of the things. So we're working really hard to get all of these features released. Our goal is to have these ready by the end of the year, and we're certainly going to keep you updated as these things become available. So today is all about sales and service automations. I'm going to give you a really quick high-level overview of some of these new features, talk about how they're going to work, how they're going to help your agency, and answer any questions that you might have. Also, if you think of a feature that you think we really need to have in this, please, now's the time, use the chat, let us know, because we are in the process of building all of these things and getting them rolled out to you. So please use the chat if you have questions, comments. We are here to take your feedback and answer your questions. So before I really dig into the webinar, just like all of the previous ones, I like to, for people that are not familiar with ClientCircle, to give a quick 2-minute sort of overview of who we are and why we're here. So we have been helping insurance agencies grow since 2013. We've been really focused on marketing automation, helping you improve your referrals, overall improve your relationships, and we do everything from email automation to handwritten cards to automating letters that can go out to clients, text messaging, and all of the different ways that you can imagine communicating. We even have insurance agency websites that collect form details and run all the way into our campaigns, which I talked a little bit about last week. And so if you missed that webinar, I'll have a link so that you can watch those again as well. And also, we really help every type of agency, from small agency to large firms. So we have customers that are just 1 and 2 employees, all the way up to 500-600 employees. And agencies at different scales need different things. And if you're a large brokerage or firm, you need the ability to be able to distribute all of the things that I'm showing you at scale to many people. And if you're, 1 and 2 person shop, you might, hire us to help with consulting to build out a marketing automation campaign and things like that, because you don't have, as many people on staff and you need a little bit of extra help. We can help there too. So we really have solutions for everybody, regardless of the size of your agency. In fact, we have thousands of people, on the platform that are using it, and we're growing every day. So we would love to have you on board. If you're not a current customer, you go out to clientcircle.com/demo, and we'll have somebody reach out to you. So if you have not been following along to these webinars, if this is your first time watching one of these feature announcements, the idea is that we wanted to give you an update of all of the things that we're releasing week by week, all the way through mid-November, which is where we're at. So we have already talked about our customizable user interface. So this is a brand new UI that allows you to really customize this platform and build a workflow that's going to be, good for your agency. This is how we can, have a platform that works from everybody from small to large agencies, because we allow you to really customize it, work with our team to come up with, a platform that's really going to work for you. We are releasing new tasks and notes so that you can keep track of things that you need to do on a client account. as well as take notes on those. So that was the second webinar we did. Then we talked about Inbox Sync. Inbox Sync is the ability for you to connect to your Google or Microsoft email, and will automatically retrieve those emails and connect them to customer accounts in your ClientCircle platform. So you never have to worry about searching your inbox for messages that you may or may not have sent customers. And we talked about sales and service pipelines after that. Sorry, enhanced automations got put on here twice, but today is all about sales and service automations, which includes the enhanced automation. So last week was sales and service pipelines, just a general overall view of that. So go check us out, clientcircle.com/webinars, if you want to watch any of the replays for those. But today is all about sales and service automations, and I am pretty much ready to jump into the demo for that. So I am going to flip over to demo mode and share my screen. Okay, so if you are familiar with our settings, system, this is sort of the place in ClientCircle where you're going to make all the different changes to your account. And actually, in a previous webinar, I think last week, I showed you how you can customize all of your deals. You can change the status of those deals. You can, add different stages to your pipeline by adding them in open statuses. You can customize your fields and things like that. But you also have a new tab called Automations. And this is where you can add new automations for any type of deal or pipeline that you have. In fact, we allow you to add as many automations as you need to be able to accomplish your tasks. So this is where you go when you first come in here. This would be empty. I already have a sample one for us to kind of show you, but to create obviously a new one, we can just do new open status automation. I'll go ahead and run a new one just so you can see how quickly it is, or how quick it is to add a new automation here. So we're not going to go into this one, but let's check out the sample automation that I have for us here. Let's go into Edit. And if you have used our journeys system, this is going to be very familiar to you. So we are upgrading journeys to allow it to be an automation system for deals and service pipelines as well. So across the top, you're going to see a stage for every stage in your pipeline, and that's based upon the status fields, of that pipeline. You can also create automations based upon the closed status. So when you close a deal, what you want it to do based upon how you close that deal, and other types of automations that we're going to have. So it can be based upon another type of custom field, for example. So you might want to run different automations. So, if you add this onto your account, our team will be here to really help you build out these, automations. That's one of the, nicest things about our consulting services, is that we can really help you build these things out. And we'll have some decent defaults for you as well. But I have a pretty simple sample here that I've created. When we have a new deal that comes in, we can just send a quick thank you email to the customer. I'm not going to go into all of the detail about what's in the email and things like that, more just to kind of show you how you can set up your automations and move things around. So also, this here is a new lead notification. So we can set up a notification to go out to an employee anytime a new lead comes in and a deal is created. And then we can also create a task to evaluate leads. So this would be, for example, if you are not necessarily taking all quotes, right? So you might have a form entry on your website that leads to a deal, which I showed you kind of how that works last week, you might have the first step in the process here to be an evaluation on the task. And then once that evaluation has been done and you move the person to in progress, then it creates another task to start a quote. And so that task then would go over into the task system. Might be in general tasks or any other type of task that you want to create where someone on the team can pick that up and create that quote, update that task, and then this is a text message to the client just to let them know that they're working on it. So you might have in the form for that customer the phone number and the opt-in, that you can text, and the system will automatically do that. Of course, then as the quote is working on, you move it over into the quoted status. You might update the customer again and let them know that their quote is completed, and you can send it to them, or depending on sort of the level of this, you might also just reach out to them and set up an additional task for you to call, or whatever your quoting process might be. You can really customize this. Of course, just like Journeys, is very easy to add new tasks. So let's add a task in finalizing, and what we want to do is notify an employee. We can say, let the boss know. Maybe you are going to notify, the lead on this account, or whatever it might be, that, hey, we're finalizing this and it's nearly complete, right? So just an example of, how you can automate this. I'm not going to go through really, filling all of these things out, but just wanted to kind of show you that we have all of these different types of tasks that you can do. You can also wait a number of days, before something happens, or you can add the contact to a list inside of ClientCircle so that you can then trigger other things. If you're working with a tech partner, that you might be using webhooks to fire off additional automations, you can use webhooks to do that. So there's so many different tasks that you can do, or actions that you can take in here. And once you have them all set up, as someone progresses through the stages, these things just automatically happen. So why don't I show you what that looks like now? So I'm going to go to our deal pipeline, and I'm just going to create a new deal, and then show you how this works. So let's see, who do we want to have here? Let's have it be Carl with a K, and Jones. And our description is new demo quote. We're going to then set this to new, and we'll just hit save. As soon as we save that, it puts it in our system, and it actually will pick up the automations, and they'll start running. In fact, you can see when I click on automations here, you can see that automation is already running. So this customer, Carl Jones, is going to, get that email, let them know that we're in it, and things like that. So if you want to modify those automations, you also have the ability to do that. And that will be done in the actions here. So let's say you want to run some of those automations, but you don't want to run them all, then we can just stop the automation from here, or we can go into this particular automation and turn someone off. So those are actions that are going to be done here inside of this drop down to be able to turn those things off or on. And then the other thing is, so now that we have Carl Jones in here, so they're here, as soon as I move them over to in progress, right, then it triggers that next step in the automation. So you didn't have to really change anything other than move them in the process. So we're really excited about this, because once you kind of get that automation set and it's running, then it's just going to run for, you don't have to worry about to trigger anything. It's just going to work for you. Of course, You can also do more complex campaigns as well. That's one thing that I wanted to show you, because this does also work with journeys. So let's go to our settings again. Let's go back into our deal. And we're going to edit the automation. That brings us back into this page. Maybe another thing that we want to do after we're finalizing it, or after the deal has been won and not lost, right? Like if you lose the deal, maybe you're going to run a different automation, but if you win a deal, you're going to run something else. You can just do start a new journey, and we might want to start our onboarding journey at that time. So and we're just going to go ahead and just, click continue. So as soon as that's there, it's going to start our onboarding journey, which is, a lot of email communications that we've kind of already created as a template for this person to kind of start onboarding. So not only can you have these deal automations work with the deal, but as soon as the deal is closed, it can automatically flow into servicing that customer. So just like we have our sales pipelines, we also have service workflows. So I have these workflows kind of defined in the system: claims, policy changes, policy reviews, certificate requests. You can really create your own. So let's go focus on those real quick. So we'll go to workflows, and each one of those types has their own automations. So if we want to, we can go into certificate request, right? And we can create a new automation. And maybe the primary thing here is, as soon as it is assigned, maybe we're going to create a task, and that person is going to create certificate. And that task then will flow into maybe, I guess we don't have a type defined right now. We'll just call it a general task, right? We can pick whatever subject and task description that we want. And that task, once it's created, is going to show up here in our task system for someone to pick up and complete that item. And then, of course, once the task is completed, it will progress that person through the automation. So you don't need to worry about moving them back, or moving anything. And then once that certificate, for example, is attached to the customer, it could automatically, send that out to them. So these are all automations that we're working on. We want to have some really nice default templates for you. But again, today really is just to introduce this concept and to show you what we're working on with these automations, to get some feedback from customers, and also kind of show off some of the neat things that we have coming. So we're working really hard. Our goal is to have some of these things out for you by the end of the year. And, hopefully we will be able to have those available for you. So I'm going to flip back over to the PowerPoint. One second. Okay, so clientcircle.com/webinars to watch the replays. I think that what you saw today is great if it's the first time you've seen it, but it's going to be even better if you watch all the previous webinars. Kind of gives you a full picture at this point. We could have done this all in one webinar, but it would have been, probably 2 or 3 hours long, and we didn't want to do that. So we kind of broke it up into these little mini, 20 to 30 minute webinars. Those are all on clientcircle.com/webinars. And if you are a new customer, or if you're not a customer and you're interested to learn more, please go to clientcircle.com/demo, and we will have somebody show you around in more detail and talk about how we can get you started on things like this. So I am going to end the demos, turn my camera off. I'll hop into chat here and answer any questions that people might have, as we go through. But otherwise, I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and we will be talking to you again soon.